Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester United 1. We are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup to face Liverpool. Mad exciting game, end to end, had loads of quality, and that's just the type of performance we want to see, Minna.
Is that sarcastic? That has to be. He said quality. Yeah, we weren't watching the same game. We weren't watching the same game. You know what it is, though? I feel like this might be a controversial take. I feel like our second half, they kind of got grips of the game a lot
Bit
better
more
than they
control.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
had a bit more control, definitely in the second half. The first 5-10 minutes, a bit shaky, kind of had me a bit worried. But this is our issue: is like we create chances and we're not taking them. Scott McTominay 2 chances in the first 25 minutes. Anthony hitting the bar in like the first 5 minutes. Nottingham Forest were today in a position, and I know people always talk about these shots conceded or shots on target or shots on goal, from the opponent. But today they were just all shots, a lot of it straight at the keeper. Never really, I think maybe 2 of them tested Andre Onana, but other than that, not really much to show for it
All
in terms
saves he
of.
should have made. Yeah.
But that was equally the same could be said for Matt Turner. The same could be said that a lot of chances directly at him. There was a
We
few
should have
saves
scored.
he had
The
to make.
Anthony one should have scored. McTominay
100%.
should have scored that header.
100%. That's what I'm saying. The problem with United this season is just that we're not taking our chances. And coming into the game, when I saw Amrabat left back and I saw McTominay in the middle, I kind of anticipated what Ten Hag was going to do. I kind of knew that Amrabat would play in the middle in build up, and McTominay would make them second runs. And unfortunately for Marcus Rashford, I thought he was making some decent runs in the first half. No one was finding him. No one was trying to put the ball in behind to him. And maybe that's a similar issue that Rasmus Højlund has. But the difference is Rasmus Højlund can drop deep, play back to goal, has the physicality to do so, and doesn't really like whinge about it. He kind of just like gets on with it. Whereas Marcus Rashford, unfortunately, I feel like when it's a physical duel that he's up against, he does kind of second guess himself. And I don't know if that's because of previous injury like problems, woes that he's had. But I'll be for real. It wasn't it was not a what's English ain't my first language, man.
You know what's funny about you? You, you say when you're ready to cuss and say mad stuff, yeah, it just rolls off the thing. Then when you say something, English ain't my first language.
English ain't my first language, but I was gonna say it wasn't like a
A
glorious.
glorious win.
Glorious, there you go.
Yeah.
It just happens when
You just
you're
give up and you're
bilingual and
like,
trilingual.
English ain't my first language.
I was just gonna make up a word, but it wasn't a glorious win. But I genuinely think this is the game, and I said it. Yeah, I said if Ten Hag loses, he's got nothing for this season.
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
And
Yeah.
this is the game that could have just brought him a bit more time. We could talk about that matchup against Liverpool, but that's 3 weeks. That's in a couple weeks, in it. That's a problem for then. But right now, Ten Hag has brought some time for himself, and you know what? I'm here to give flowers and apologize to Diogo Dalot, who I have slandered. I've slandered him so much, especially last season, the second half of last season. I slandered him. I said he wasn't good enough to be Manchester United's starting fullback. I said I don't even know why we gave him a contract extension to 2029. But I am here very rarely to apologize to him because not only was he player for me, I think he was player of the game. I think Casemiro obviously got it because he got the match winner, but Diogo Dalot from minute one did not put a foot wrong. Defensively, did well with his duels, did well with his battles,
He's solid and quick as well, getting balls in the
putting
box as
great
well.
balls into the box. Great balls. Anyone, this guy could have had at least 2 assists today. He could have had 2 assists today, and he's been our best player this season. So this is a public apology to Diogo Dalot from me, and for all the people that always say Mina never apologizes. Here it is. Here it is. I will apologize to Diogo Dalot because today I watched him, and when we were a bit erratic going forward, especially on the edge of the box, he calmed things down. And you need that from your midfielder, not from your fullback. And it was coming from our fullback. So
It
I
goes
give him.
under the radar, yeah.
I give him
You
credit.
see Amrabizi today, yeah? Like he started off like in big trouble in it. Like Origi was like yamming him up and that. But I don't know if you noticed in the second half, he like went, I'm just not playing left back no more, man. I'm just going in the midfield. And just started like it wasn't Bruno, it wasn't Casemiro, it definitely wasn't McTominay. He was the one sort of stroking some passes out to the left-hand side, trying to play between the thirds. Man's bombing on, making runs, nearly running offside. He just got possessed or something, or got a second wind and
No, but
started
that's where
just.
his strengths are. That's where I always say this. That's where his strengths are in midfield. He ain't the fastest. You lot saw him today getting. Origi was dusting him. I felt like I was in 2019. I was like, what? Did we go back to pre-pandemic days? You know, that's how I measure time: pre-pandemic, post-pandemic.
Yeah,
Were we in pre-pandemic days for Origi to be blasting past a man against Manchester United. But I always said this: he does best. I think I just glitched for a second, but I'm back.
Yeah, you're
He,
glitching a bit.
he,
It's
he
going a
does
bit slow. I
best.
think you're catching up.
Yeah, he does best in midfield, playing
Yeah,
passes.
that's his
Not
position. That's his position. That's his
it's simple
position.
that, and
Yeah.
not to break down the opponent, trying to stop a counter, that kind of stuff, just to kind of keep the tempo in the midfield. And I don't know if you realized today a lot because of our wingers, Anthony Garnacho, we were going central a lot. And I think in the first half, it would have, if we had Amrabat more central in the first half, we probably would have created more because McTominay was coming in, going central a lot. Bruno going central a lot. Our wingers would get the ball and cut in and go central again. So if we had Amrabat, I think United could have maybe created more chances. But it's one of them performances this season. Yeah, you just have to hold your breath and hope that United get a goal at some point in the game and just keep it moving. That's it.
Can we beat Liverpool? FA Cup, Klopp's
That's
coming, mate.
I
Listen,
told you, bro. That's
massive
a
game.
problem. That's a problem for 3 weeks' time. We got City on the weekend, then we got
Yeah.
Everton, then we got Liverpool.
Can we
Then
beat
we
City?
got Liverpool. Huh? I don't know
City.
about that one, man. I don't know about that one. I just saw them put 6 past Luton yesterday. I don't think I'm not confident. I'm not
Can we
confident.
get a draw? Can we get a draw?
If we approach it similar to how we approached Anfield, I think if we could frustrate them and annoy them to a point where they can't break us down, maybe. But I just saw Haaland score 5 goals, bro. I don't know what
Yeah,
you want
mad.
me to see.
Yeah, it's mad. It's crazy. And lastly, how do you think Anthony played? First game in a
You
while.
know what? I think it was his first start in a minute. I think he did decent. I think defensively he did his job. He supported his fullback. He got back, put a foot in, got out muscled a few times. For me, it's just very frustrating. I think his decision making was a lot better today. He kind of knew when to shoot and when to pass. He was trying to find the pass a lot today, which you can't really go wrong because half the time he's shooting and nothing's really happening. So I think he can hold his head up and be like, you know what, I've had a better performance in comparison to what I've done over the season, but it's still not good enough. But then again, bro, the whole team didn't look that great today. So it would be unfair of me to just pick out Anthony because that's his first start in a while. Whereas, other people have been playing, and also Varane quietly he went about his business very
Goes to
quietly
Rafe,
today.
mate. Goes to Rafe.
He went about his business when things look shaky. When Amrabat looked shaky at left back, cleaning up.
Just defends properly. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Just defends properly. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, who was your man of the match?
Oh, Dalot. Casemiro got the winner, but for me, it was just Diogo Dalot from minute 1. He didn't really put a foot wrong.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And he got the public apology, so he's happy. All right. Big up, man. See you soon, man.